Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nadia. Excuse my voice, I have been a little bit sick lately, but strong enough to make some purses. Anyway, today I am going to make a purse involving this Kisslock or metal frame. It's gold and it's pretty and I like it. So let's just start it. This is what we are going to need. You're either gonna use, this is actually see-through, it's actually parchment paper for baking, or you can use this square paper. Well, the purse we're gonna make, it's gonna be a little bigger, so maybe you can put it, glue it together and have enough space to draw on. But for now I'm gonna use the parchment paper. I'm gonna use, of course, the frame. For this purse I am going to use this vinyl. I forgot where it from. I think it's My Punk Embroidery, not sure. I'm gonna put it under the link. I am going to use for the inside, I still have my old sheets, but they're good quality. Well, they're not really that old, but they're good quality. I like them to use. And I might do like a pocket on the side, so we might use a zipper, not sure yet. I have also binding, maybe the brown or black binding, we'll see, whatever we decide. And you're gonna need some glue. It's E6000. This is very strong glue. Maybe some screwdriver, pencil, measuring stuff, the regular things what you need for sewing. Okay, so first you have to choose what kind of paper you're going to use. So I am going to use this parchment paper because it's see-through, and I have this griddle cutting mat. So I'm gonna actually tape it together. Make sure you follow the lines. I mean, tape it together, tape the corners on it so it's not gonna move. And I see the griddle. So I'm gonna be drawing out the shape of the purse. So now we're going to take the frame and we are going to follow the lines, put it straight. You can put it more on left because we're going to be drawing on the right side. And you're going to copy the outer frame, so straight. You're going to copy the outer frame. We're going to measure the length of the side of the frame. It's like a 3.5 inches. Not sure how much is it centimeters, but I'll put it in on a video. It's about 7, 8, 9.5 centimeters or something like that. 3.5 inches. And we're gonna make the same length, whatever size or angle you want to make it, but as long as it's the same length. So it's a corner, 3.5 inches right here. Okay, now we're gonna find the middle. Taking this thing. Okay, we're gonna find the middle. What's the width? It's 7 inches. So half is 3.5 inches. Let me see, 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. Okay, so make a line. now you can draw how deep you want the purse. Okay, let's say all the way here. You can make a line maybe here. Let's say okay, 2 to 4 inches. I don't know, whatever size, whatever shape you want to make. Okay, and now you can actually draw. I'm not good in drawing, but I'll do my best. Some kind of round. Okay, just one side. Just one side. This is not really. No, it's good. It's good. Okay. So now we're gonna measure. So up here, it's 3.5 inches. Now we're gonna measure how much is the rest up to the half. So let's see. That's a 1 inch here, and I don't want to here. Okay. It's very hard to measure round object. Okay. It's getting better now. Okay, let's see. 1 inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 3.5. It's 11.5 inches. So 11.5 inches is up from here to the half. So now we have to draw. I need a bigger measuring thing. Draw a line from here, straight line. Make sure it's straight from the corner, which is 11.5 inches. Oh, almost short out of paper. Okay, up to here. Now we have to make a line up here. And you have to draw a line from this point to the end. Just make sure it's straight again. Okay. Okay. So now we have to make sure the lines are very visible. So you can use a marker or something. It will be more visible. Okay. Just this part, because we have to copy it to the other parchment paper, because we're gonna be cutting it, and we're gonna use this paper to cut the round inside. Okay, so now take another parchment paper, empty, clean, not empty, clean. Actually, you can tape it too, because it's a little slippery on it. Okay, and now we're gonna copy this part what we just draw. So we are actually copying this pattern what we just made. See the part? What we're gonna do now, we are going to fold the paper right on the shorter side of this part, and we are going to cut the shape out. Okay, and at the same time we're going to fold this in the middle right on this slide, and we're gonna cut up this shape, the round part. All right, so now we made the pattern. We're gonna cut up the pattern from this vinyl. Like I said, gonna use this vinyl. You want to match those lines and everything, so make sure you copy it and put it exactly. Okay, so we need 2 linings, 2 interfacing, and we need 2 main fabrics. We're gonna interface the vinyl, the main fabric, with this interfacing. It's a Pellon SF 101, and we're not gonna interface the lining. So we need 4 of the interfacings, Pellon SF 101. So 4 interfacings, 2 lining fabric, and 2 main fabric. We're gonna interface all 4 of those. We're not interfacing the other lining, but we're interfacing the side panels to make the support better. Okay, so the vinyl is interfaced. Now we're gonna turn it, face them together, clip them, and we're gonna sew it with 1/4 inch seam allowance. All right, so now we're gonna open this up, put some clips from each side. It's very thin, it's a small seam, but we can do it. Okay, just try to open it and top stitch. Just be careful as you're going down, just make sure it's open on the bottom. So we have to top stitch very close, 1/8 of the inch, like 3.5, 4 stitch length on both sides. It's top stitched. Now we're gonna put this on the side. We're gonna take one of the main fabrics, one of the main vinyl sides, and we are going to put on piping. So we're gonna start like 1/4 inch from the top. We can use double side tape to put it on the side, on the edge, to make sure it holds together, which I did. And we're gonna take the side, the edge, and kind of twist it on the side a little bit. Actually, you have to hold this, the thinner side, on your right side, and twist the end and put the edge like 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch from the top, and clip it. We're gonna follow the edge with the thinner side of the piping. You can clip them together. So go all around. So all around, and twist the end again like 1/4 inch from the top and pin it together. Use a zipper foot to stitch, to baste it around. Okay, so once we baste this, we will use a double side tape to put it all around, close to the edge. Okay, we're gonna remove the top. And face these together with center. Clip them together. All right, so here's all clipped together. Now we are, since we have the piping here, you can feel it right below. So you're gonna use a zipper foot again, and you're just gonna follow right behind the piping and just stitch it together all around. All right, all stitched. Now we are going to work on the other side of the main fabric. I decided to make an overlay pocket. So first we have to make this overlay. It's actually, you can actually purchase a template, which I have, but I did not use it to make it. I have two of them actually. Two of them, I don't know if you can see them. They're different shapes on the corners. This is a corner, this is a round, this one is kind of rectangle and different shapes. You can purchase this. Actually, I purchased this Sauce Sweetness, but I'm not gonna use it because not everybody has it now. We're gonna make this overlay without the templates. So first we're gonna need whatever size of the pocket you want to make. I am going to make 5 inches wide and 2 inches long, the overlay. So cut up 5 inches wide and 2 inches tall of vinyl, excess vinyl, or cork or leather, or whichever you want to use. It cannot be done with regular cotton because it frays and it's just disaster. So cut up 5 inches by 2 inches. Now you have to find the center, which is 1 inch. Let me just use this so you can see it. It's hard to see with overhead camera, but okay. I have a center and center from the other way. Okay, so I want to make the round corners, so I used this cup. It's from, I don't know, something. You can use whichever thing side. It could be square. You can just leave it like this. You can just cut out the ends, but I want to make the round. So measure 1 inch from each side. And then we have the inch right here. And then you just gonna touch you're just gonna put the cup on and make the round circle. And same way over here. And do the same thing on the side. And what are we gonna do in the middle? We already found the middle. We need to measure 5 inches. So we have to cut 1 inch from each side, which makes 5 because the vinyl is 7 inches. Okay, and now we are going to make 1/2 inch in the middle, so 1/4 inch from each from the line toward each side. 1/4 inch and do the same thing on the other side. All right, now we have to cut it out. So first we're gonna cut the corners. So now we're gonna cut the middle in. So take the seam ripper and kind of poke it in and make the line. See, the vinyl is a little stretchy, but you can do it. Just go slowly all the way. I have to turn it the other way. It's easier to cut it. Okay, just be careful, don't cut over, because then we have to do it again. Okay, and then cut in and carefully cut it all around. All right, it's not the best, but it's good enough. Let me see that little piece right here. All right, so now we're gonna make the pocket. We are going to find the place where you want to put the overlay. It's easier for me to find it because I have these lines there, but find the middle, find the center, find the center. I have it right here, and the center, see it, it's right here. We are going to use, okay, maybe we're gonna put a little up higher over here. Okay, we're going to use double side tape. Yeah, I have this very thin one. We don't want to use a thick one, so it's not gonna go into on your needle. So we can actually put it right in the middle. So you're just gonna peel one side first. Center, okay, somewhere here. Doesn't have to be perfect, because this side is a little different. Well, anyway, which side did we do? The top. Okay, put the top. Now we're gonna pull the bottom. Top stitch the outer line of the overlay. Okay, so now we have to cut out this piece. Yeah, I kind of caught a little drag the interfacing, but that's okay. We are going to open it with the seam ripper, make a hole right in the middle, and slightly open it. Just be careful, don't cut what you're not supposed to cut. I've been there. All right. So now just, we have to cut out the middle piece. Just be careful, do not cut into the overlay. So you're gonna have to put your fingers under and see where the overlay is. And we have to cut this, kind of keep your finger underneath so you're not cutting into the main piece, and cut it all the way around. All right. Good.
Before we do the zipper pocket, I decided to interface the pocket, which is going to be inside with the zipper like this, because I want to make it a little stronger. So I'm going to interface it with woven interfacing. This is Pelon SF101. So I'm gonna we're gonna baste the zipper to the right sides of the lining of the pocket. So you can just I cut up the zipper a little longer than the pocket, so this way the zipper is out of the way when I'm sewing. So we're gonna baste this the right side to the bottom of the zipper. Now we're gonna face the right sides together and put it under the zipper. Make sure it's lined up the right way and it's straight. And now you're gonna baste this side of zipper as well. Right, so a zipper is basted, and now we're gonna kind of finger press it, or you can actually use the iron to press it open. And we are going to use a double side tape on each side of the zipper, which is going to help us to stay in place as we're going to be sewing in to overlay. Okay, now you're just gonna take one of the tapes, the cover of the tape, double-sided tape off. So we're gonna leave this on like this, and we're gonna put this over. When you're cutting the zipper, just want to tell you, make sure it's a little longer, so you're gonna leave, actually I want it this way, you're gonna leave the zipper pull out of the way once you're sewing. Oh, I wanted the zipper on this side. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one first on. Okay, make sure the zippers, the teeth are like somewhere in between, evenly between. So we're gonna press this one. Once one is done, once one is on, we're gonna take this one off. And press this one on too. Okay, so as I'm gonna be sewing, you're gonna sew right by the edge, all around, and right before you do the last part, leave the needle in, pull the zipper pull inside, and finish the lines. Okay, so it's all sewn in. It's not the best, but it will do. Now we'll flip it over. As you can see, one of the sides of the pocket is kind of sticking out. That's because we split it so we can just trim it. Make sure you don't cut into your pocket, into your bag. Just trim it, whatever is excess. Okay, the extra lining pocket off. How to close the pocket. Flip this over. You know, you can clip this together so it's out of the way. This way. You're gonna fold the edge a little bit, like half an inch, quarter inch. Clip it together. Clip it like this. Gonna move this out of the way, and we're gonna stitch this side all the way down, and do the same thing all the way down here. So this way we don't have the bulk in the middle when we flip it over. Okay? Okay, so now we're gonna cut rest of the leftover zipper. You don't want any bulk there. Just be careful, don't cut it into fabric. Alright. Okay, so now we're gonna do the piping. Again, we're gonna use this thin, I think this is the 1/8 of the inch double side tape. You put it all around the edge, and then we're gonna do piping same way what we did before here. All right, so now I just want to show, okay, it's based. I based the piping. Just want to show you, I also closed the pocket, the overlay pocket, because we're not going to be turning it through that pocket. We're going to be turning it different way. So now I'm just going to cut out the pieces we don't need here. And now we're just going to clip these together. Let me see, here's something more. Just gonna put the together the main fabric, the vinyl. We're just gonna put it together now. Clip this together like we did before. Okay, so clip it all around like this, and now we're gonna stitch it the same way we did the previous side. So you have to feel it with your hands. You feel the piping right here, so you have to sew right close to the side of the piping to the edge, closer to the side to the edge. You should use the zipper foot again. Okay, so that's done. Now what do we have to do? We have to cut into the edges here a little bit to loosen up so it's not as bulky. Most of the corners, it's gonna kind of loosen up a little bit. Just be careful, do not cut into the main stitches. There is a base. I mean, we basted the piping. That's okay if you cut into that, but not into the other one. So we're gonna flip it over now and see how did you do. I think it looks pretty good already. I like it. Now it's time for lining to put together. I actually decided to put a small pocket here, so I cut up separately a piece of same fabric. It's a cotton, like the lining. It's a 8 inches by 7 inches. So we're gonna fold it together, press it, and you're gonna stitch it both sides, and you will leave like 2 inches in the middle opening. Just want to share something. As I was sewing the packet, as I told you to sew these sides and right in the middle, I realized, I remember what I learned from one of the channels. I think it was from Mormino. I think her name is Lauren, not sure. She said, she showed me the way to close the pocket. It's fold the edge you want to close like this, and then open it upside down, and it's actually it shows you the lines, and it's easier to close it because you already have a lines, and they just like that. See, you have the lines, so you just can sew over the lines, but not now. Just both the corners. You don't have to do that here. Just press it. Right over it. As we press it, we're going to top stitch the top closed line. Just a top stitch. Okay, now we're going to find the middle, the center. I'm just gonna finger press it. You should be able to see the line, and just find the center. And also finger press it and just lay it on top of each other. Where do you approximately want to back it to be? Okay, maybe this is the good place where to put it. Just gonna put a couple pins in them. You can even do double pocket. You can just sew right in the middle. It would be too small. I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, so now we're gonna top stitch these three lines. I mean these three sides. Pocket is done. I'm gonna put this on the side and do the lining. So we're gonna first we have to sew these two parts together. So let's just face them, the right sides together, and sew this side with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, so now we're gonna open this. You can just press it open, or you can, I think I'm gonna iron it. Okay, it's all right. Now we're gonna find the middle, center of this lining. One side is the right side. Okay. If you want, I did not interface these two parts, but if you want, you can interface it. I don't know, I just didn't think it's necessary because it already, the vinyl already has a structure, and plus I put lining in, I mean interfacing into the sides, so I think that's enough. All right, so here's the center. I can see it easily. So we are going to start with the center. Clip this again. You already know what we're doing, so clip this all around. Like we did before, just like that, and stitch it all around again with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, so this side is done, so now we're gonna do the other side. Put the pocket inside. Make sure you don't forget to put the pocket inside, so middle is right here. See the line. Put it in right in the center, and do it again just like we did before, with one exceptions. We're actually gonna leave about 3-4 inches opening in the middle, so this way we can flip it over. So that's how it looks like. I left the opening right here. Okay, now we're going to put the outside fabric or vinyl or whatever you used inside of the lining. Okay, they facing the right sides. So here's the opening. Hopefully it's enough. We might open it a little more. If you need a little more, you can open it a little more. And just gonna clip them together. Just make sure the seams are the sides, right sides together and on each other, and just go all around. So that's how it look like. And now just stitch it together with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Make sure you have your seams open. Now we're gonna cut out the corners on each side, a little close. Just be careful, don't cut into the seam. Now we're gonna flip it over through the hole we left in lining. Just be careful, don't rip it apart. Take your time. So put your hand in and poke all the parts needs to be poked out. Corners here. Don't worry too much about it because we're gonna cover it. Actually, nobody will see these parts because they're gonna be hidden inside of this metal frame. Okay, so we're gonna push it inside. Once you close the opening in the lining, you push it inside, and we are going to top stitch very close to the edge. First, we're gonna pin it. Make sure it stays in place. Right, now, like I said, top stitch 1/8 of the inch, very close to the edge. It's all top stitched. Like I said, it's not perfect, but good enough because nobody will see it. Now we're gonna install the frame. So make sure which size you wanna be in front or back. It's all up to you. I want this one in front, and I want to be able to open it this way. So we're gonna install it like this. So it has like an opening, so we have to squish the parts in. Let's see how it's gonna fit. Perfect, it's gonna go in. Okay, so we're gonna be using a glue E6000. So open the glue and just put some glue inside the frame. Just be careful, don't put it on the sides so it doesn't stick. Be careful, you can always wipe it. Always wipe it first. We start in the corner there. Slide it on. Something not as sharp. You can use a screwdriver. Maybe we use some paper towel on the tip or cloth and push it inside. Make sure it's fully in. Put a little more glue. It's a strong glue. Be careful. Protect the vinyl. Put some glue inside again. it doesn't have to be that much glue in because we're going to be using screws to hold it in place properly. All right, so follow, go all around. You can always wipe the glue later on. All right, more glue. Push it in. All right, do it as you go. All right, the one side is in. So what we're gonna do now, we are using these screws. There are 8 holes for those screws. So we're gonna tie them each in. I have this tiny screwdriver to hold the bag in that frame. Oh my goodness, they're very tiny. It's very... Okay, just play with it. All right, all done, all set. Now we only have to put the chain on and enjoy it. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's perfect for me. All right, so that's how it looks like.